Podcast, a space dedicated to discussing current events, mental health, and nerdy pursuits. I am the tightly wound K.
Oh shit, I ain't got an adjective. I'm the,
Multifaceted.
Why multifaceted? Haven't I used that one before?
No, but it's going to be relevant to what we're talking about later.
Okay, multifaceted. Vesta. Oh,
bitch. Anyway.
Hi, bitch. We're back.
Yeah. So apologies about the hiatus between a hospital visit and people being sick, and then everybody being sick all at the same time. And then Cartoon Network getting us fucked up.
Seeing what's good. I really did just kind of patient zero everybody. I feel kind of bad about it.
Yeah, but, modern medicine. But, yeah, so we're here. We're mostly alive, all that fun stuff. Jennifer is trying to make a comeback for me, so if I sound a little funny, that's why.
The whole Dreamgirls revival was in my hospital room.
Stop!
That was bad. Like, y'all strep throat was like not the business. Like, that was not fun.
It was not the bismuth.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
All right. So, given that we're excited about what y'all know what we're excited about, especially given the title of this episode, we're going to actually condense our political section and our mental health section.
Yeah.
Just because we want to get to the nerd section as quick as possible. Because, oh boy, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start off with our rapid fire section.
Shit, where's the button?
Which, I mean, the whole thing is going to be rapid fire.
True.
So, we're going to start with that. I want to say it was in Wisconsin. But that old woman was like, we want to keep this a white community.
Yeah, we need to keep it white. I'm like, ma'am, you look like
cottage cheese
you just
put on a wig.
You look like a hamburger helper commercial.
A what?
A hamburger helper commercial.
Because you definitely said that a little funny.
Yeah, you know I have Beyonce syndrome. I can't talk.
Not while I'm drinking tea, bitch. Beyonce syndrome.
Simba?
Is that really you?
Oh, okay, anyway.
Okay, bitch.
Yeah, but she quit. She resigned or didn't do her fucking whatever the fuck she was supposed to do. I don't remember.
And, yeah, she's either like not going back for re-election or some nonsense like that, but bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Next. So, for some reason, some Alabama Republicans want Ilhan Omar to quit.
Okay.
And I'm just like, one, she's not even from your state.
Right.
Like, she doesn't even go there. And two, you're just mad because she's been telling each and every one of you goddamn Peckerwoods about yourselves.
Right.
And you're big mad about it.
Real mad.
And how are you going to be that mad with 8 teeth between all of you?
Right. Like, come on, Deliverance. Was that shade? Was that disrespectful?
I'm going to move on.
Do people know what that is? I'm sorry. Is that too old of a movie?
You got a pretty mouth.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, cool. As long as you know what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, as promised from last episode, I did find out it was in Angola and the Congo that are burning on almost twice the rate that the Amazon is. Because I said I was going to find the countries because I hate just saying Africa.
Yeah.
Because we don't just say Asia, we say, the country.
Yeah.
Even though like 3/4 of it is Russia, but still.
Yeah, really.
Like you don't just say Europe. You say whichever European country it is. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I found the article. Hopefully things are getting done about it. Just if you want to help in any way, do a quick Google search. And because Google's your friend. Google is that bitch.
Most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Google, you know what? I'm going to save this for the end. But Google saved me from having to pay my rent late.
What?
I'll explain towards the end because I'm fully ready to cuss somebody out.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's it. Like I said, political stuff has been relatively quiet. Yes, we know about the Sharpie thing. I just didn't have any articles on it.
Those Sharpies?
Anita had the nerve to say, the hurricane is actually going to be over here. I'm a very smart individual. I know better than all these meteorologists.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah,
I'm like, oh, girl, go fix your eyeliner. Go
Apparently, he's still talking about that. And I'm like, okay, girl. All right, cool. I didn't even know what it was that he was talking. I've been checked out of that one, so.
Same. But yeah, we're going to move on to our palette, Cleonce,
Giselle Knowles Carter. I really love that.
Which, again, it's been relatively quiet. But I did come across a story about Marianne and Tommy Pilling, a UK couple with Down syndrome, who are celebrating 22 years of marriage.
I love happy marriages.
Which, have you seen any of the pictures?
Yeah.
Because
cute as fuck.
Yeah, and there were some people that were like, why would they want to get married?
Why the same reason anyone else wants to get married? What the fuck?
Like, are you married? Why did you want to get married?
Do you know about them tax benefits?
I mean, it is in the UK, so it probably runs
right. That was shady.
But still.
But yeah, it's so wholesome. I love it.
Yeah, and they even did, like obviously my rule doesn't really count. But, like, my thing is that I will literally never marry anybody until I've been seeing them for at least a year and a half.
Yeah. Longer for me. Because...
that's, like, the absolute floor.
Like, you know... That's a whole nother topic. I have mixed opinions about marriage. I have very marriage that wide.
Saying that like that was a choice.
But yeah, it's wholesome. It was cute. I liked all the pictures.
But yeah, that was adorable. And again, for some reason, I don't know why, people are being partially weirdly kind of quiet, and Facebook hasn't been as useful of a resource for getting things. So I may need to start actually like using Twitter more to be more up to date on things. Because good God.
Yeah. Well, Facebook's dying anyway.
I mean, probably for the best, seeing how Facebook doesn't like black people anyway.
Yeah.
And, like, that's been demonstrably proven that Facebook cares more about white feelings than, you know, black activists.
Right. But, you know.
Are we going to roll right into our, You know what?
We're not going to do a musical break. We're going to just do them both. We'll have one break this time. Let's do that. Because we're only like 8 minutes in.
Well, like I said, nobody's fucking up loudly enough to jump up on my radar, so...
Cool. So...
We're
into the mental health kiki.
We're just gonna dive right in.
What?
The fuck was that?
It's a K-pop reference. There's like this song called TTs, I think it's called. And I don't know what they're referring to. I think they're referring to these. I think. But Miles, of course, Miles made a reference to it. And he was just like... Because he was doing a wig review, and he was like, it goes down to my TTs. And in the song, they go, TTs. So, it's just like, time for the mental health kiki.
I know y'all can't see, but I've had my head in my hand.
I need to know what song that is. I need to Google it. My TTs. No. So yeah, mental health kiki time, because we ain't got no time for no first break.
Yeah, because we're super excited about what we're talking about for the nerd section.
Yeah. So,
as always, Vesta and I are two mental. Whoa.
We're two mentals.
I'm more than a little tired today, so I'm gonna try to breeze through this. Vesta and I are not mental health professionals in any way, shape, or form. We are a couple of loudmouths with some microphones, recording software, and a lot to say, and are two people who talk about this stuff to try to remove the stigma around it. With that said, please take what we say with a whole van of salt.
No.
What, you expect me to say an injector?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Then just take what we say with a whole heart-shaped injector full of salt, man. What the hell? just imagine that's the sound the injector makes when it hits. Can you imagine that's the sound the injector makes when it hits the earth? Like Spinel just is doing like a death drop on the. I'm sorry.
Wait.
And she just.
What? Like it opens up, the thing extends, and
yeah, literally that'd be lit.
Jesus.
Anyway,
so have we talked about this before?
No.
Really?
No.
I could have sworn I brought up talking about it. So, the subject today is positivity and how it can be toxic. Because I already see plenty of that. Don't mind me, I'm drinking tea because there is tea to be spilt about this.
Yeah.
That I will not put out on Beyonce's internet because...
On Beyonce's AOL dial-up. What?
On Beyonce's...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. On Beyonce's America Online.
Welcome.
You've got mail.
You've got wigs. Beyonce, I'm bald. Anyway, yeah. What is up with us today? We're kind of... Well, I mean, I know why I'm a little silly, but...
I'm on medication.
Oh. So we're both a little bit turned.
Yeah.
Oops.
I did it again. And play with your heart. I love...
Anyway.
But yeah, so... What brought this about?
Part of it was just kind of some of my interpersonal
just kidding.
relations, and part of it is actually from the Steven Universe movie.
Yeah.
Which this basically, after this point, like, can you make a note of the time frame right now? Because after this point, it's just going to be a fuck ton of spoilers.
Yeah.
Because
we're only 12 minutes in.
Okay. Well, so if you have not seen the Steven Universe movie, you know the socials, you know the email, shoot us questions, all that fun stuff. But oh girl, this was definitely something that we wanted to talk about based on that movie.
Yeah.
And let the spoilers begin. So first of all, Pink Diamond ain't shit.
True. Second worst villain in the series.
Basically. Who's your first?
You know who my first is. We literally just talked about this. The one Ruby.
Oh,
that backstabbed him and get the shit back. That's like the number one villain.
Right. Okay. So, during the Steven Universe movie, the big bad villain, Spinel, shows up looking like a demonic pink version of Jenny or XJ9.
She looked less and less like SJ9 as the movie went along. But you know, when she first showed up, yeah, she looked like SJ9.
But something happens in the movie, and yeah, I know I'm kind of holding it back, but that's because I want to chronologically talk about the movie.
Yeah.
But something happens at one point in the movie where she gets reset to her original settings, where she is a pink, basically a pink Mickey Mouse lookalike.
She's like a baby doll, like
that too.
First baby, those old timey dolls they used to buy for children to play with. Yeah.
But she gets turned back into that, and she's almost like a cartoonishly happy-go-lucky, positive, playtime, super silly, vaguely Looney Tunes-esque character.
It was all rubber hose animation, like all that good stuff, like Betty Boop and the old school
Steamboat
silly symphonies and stuff.
Merry Melodies, spelled
M-E-R-I-E. Yeah, all those, all rubber hose stuff.
But she even squeaks when she walks. But the problem is that she, before she got reset, did something that was going to basically destroy the planet. Everybody's freaking out of, oh shit, how are we going to fix this? They almost said shit a couple times. Much to my joy. But she's still trying to be happy-go-lucky and like singing along with somebody's reprise, but in a major key instead of a minor key. And I'm just like, why? The planet's literally about to, die. Why are you so... Because it's playtime.
See, that whole thing gets a lot darker than toxic positivity, though, with Spinel. Why she... Because she... Let me explain that for later, before we completely skip over this mental health section. But as far as... there's a difference between being positive in a way that
It's productive.
it's productive versus positivity that makes you ignorant to everything else that doesn't fit what you want. So, like, this is reality. And, like, you can't. It's fine to be positive. It's fine to be optimistic. But it's better to be optimistic and realistic than to just be solely pessimistic, positive, and, like, without ignoring factors of reality.
Yeah, there's and I hate that I'm about to reference this, but there's a scene in South Park that actually kind of referenced that, where, and it'll, my point, don't mind me putting my keys down. Hopefully the gate caught that.
Probably. Go on.
But there's a scene that where Butters is basically crying in the rain, and I forget how the exact scene goes, but it was basically him going on about how there's a part of him that enjoys the sadness because it means that there's a positive. One goes kind of hand in hand with the other. So being positive all the time, it tries to ignore what, makes being positive possible.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm running on like next to no sleep and other things.
But yeah, it's difficult to. It's more of a thing that has to be seen than really explained, honestly.
What do you mean?
Seeing the difference between these two. If you, it's, I guess it's hard. It's not impossible to explain, but it makes more sense visually watching someone be so positive that they ignore anything else that counts as negative. Because there are people who, like, that's what people who, I hate to call these people out like this because I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. Vegans, a lot of vegan folks do this a lot, and here's why. Because I follow a couple people that are like this, where they will talk mad shit about animal farming and which is right. Because animal farming is not a sustainable way of living the way it's going right now. It's not. But neither is veganism. Because it's all fine and dandy to be like, I live a plant-based diet and health and da-da-da, right? But then they ignore who's doing that labor to get them those things that they eat off of. And what they're getting paid and what they're not getting paid, or if they're being paid at all, and what practices that you ignore that solely to live in this false idea of so I'm saintly because I'm a vegan and fuck animal farming.
You're so busy hugging a cow that you forget that the farmer is missing a hand.
Right. Like, you don't, like, there's this picture I saw, this comic I saw drawn a while ago of a bunch of indigenous farm workers formed in the shape of like a set of stairs, and then there's a woman with an I Heart Veganism shirt standing on top of all of them,
and the caption says something along the lines of your cruelty-free lifestyle isn't truly cruelty-free.
Right. That's like a really good example that I can think of.
Your vegan diet is not cruelty-free.
Thank you. That's the exact picture I was looking for. And that's like a prime example of that. But that goes further than veganism. It's like people do that with racism all the time. All the time.
Oh, if you just be positive and not talk about it, it'll go away.
But yeah, literally.
And except the people who benefit and profit off of it will continue to use racism as a way to continue to improve
including you. And a lot of people that say stuff like that are people whose parents benefit off that on a daily basis to give them their money. So let's talk about that. But good positivity is more knowing that it's a problem. But being optimistic in the fact that there is a way to
get past
it, or not even get past it, at least try and fix it. That's the big difference. That's the biggest difference. And those are like two big examples I can think of with that.
Yeah.
Especially that vegan shit. Y'all can fight me. Because I'm going to eat my chicken drumsticks. They're $4 at Aldi. Y'all ain't getting that. Y'all ain't taking that from me. But yeah, it's just like neither one is good. It just depends on what sin you want to die with. Sins of murder of animals or sins of murder
of exploiting people.
Of exploiting people.
Yeah, like unless you're a vegan who grows all their own food.
Right. It's the only time I have any kind of respect for you. At all. That's it. I've said that before too.
And what about the non-preachy ones, though?
Depends. Again, it depends on what they're doing because a lot of racists are non-preachy either. It doesn't matter what you preach; it's what you do. Mm-hmm. Because you can not preach about veganism and all this stuff, you could still be allowing the practices that, make veganism the problem it is. Mm-hmm. But you can also be a preachy vegan who also grows and eats all their own shit. Mm-hmm. It's like two completely different people that have on the surface level would get two different types of stereotypical like label. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, the other thing that I was thinking about with the toxic positivity is a relative of mine who will remain nameless and genderless. Mm-hmm. Who is always bubbly and super positive, which I mean, just being positive isn't a bad thing, but being positive to the point of completely disregarding the negative.
Yeah.
Like I can be positive. Somebody can be positive all they want about having a condition, but if they refuse to address and treat the condition, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
And I think like that's the biggest dividing factor. You can be positive and stuff and I mean, he's got some stuff floating around about him that we can address at some other time. But like Jonathan Van Ness, like in every episode of Queer Eye that I watched, he is relentlessly positive and supportive of each person that they work with. But at the same time, especially if he's interacting with that person and something negative comes up, he doesn't do oh, you'll be fine or anything like that. Like he'll actually try to relate to the person.
Yeah.
And be like, I've been there and I've been trying to work my way out of feeling like that.
Mm-hmm. Huge difference. But it's just like with that sort of, again, with using positivity to negate the negative, all you're doing is putting the negative stuff in a room and closing the door.
And not dealing with
you
it.
Eventually run out of space in that room and you'll break the door after a while. Mm-hmm. And then what are you going to do? Your false positivity can't save you from drowning in it at that point. And that's what a lot of people deal with. It's a cycle, though. It's not just happens once. Mm-hmm. It's like a couple years of shit piles up, it all crashes on you, and you suffer for it.
When it all falls down.
See, I like the Lauryn Hill version, not the I like the Lauryn Hill version, not the royalty-free version of that song. That was shady. That was mean.
Stop.
That was mean. But I like Lauryn Hill's version of that better. That's just all acoustic and actually has meaning to it. But yeah.
You are just being double shady today. Goddamn.
I'm sorry, he's in town this Sunday and I'm not having it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so irritated.
No.
Yeah. He's apparently having some free, it's called Kanye Sunday Service, I think it's called.
No.
And all the tickets were free and they sold out in 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I guess. Cool.
I don't even have a button for that.
Yeah, it's just. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about on that point?
Not really, because I'm super excited to move on to our nerd section.
So am I. Okay, do you have a coin?
No, but I have a dice app on my phone.
God damn it, because we had 2 breaks set up with 2 very distinct songs, and we need to figure out which one's which.
We could always pause during our nerd section and break it up that way.
No.
Why? Okay, fine.
I mean, there's no real point in doing that.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me.
Why?
It just doesn't.
All right, even first. Hang on. Even first one, odd second.
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Okay.
So we've got a 3,
Mm-hmm.
a 4,
Mm-hmm.
8.
Okay, so what is that?
That is going to be...
Yeah, okay, so the Mr. Fahrenheit version of Obsidian is going to be the break.
So,
which is lit.
Which y'all have heard this before, but given what we're talking about, is we figured we might as well use it. Use it again. And Mr. Fahrenheit had no issue with that.
Right.
So, as always, get into it. Get your life. Witness the majesty of Obsidian.
And don't forget to the beat.
Just roll the damn music. Chicken fried bitch.
We need to be fit. 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 We need to be fit.
Welcome back.
Hi, bitch.
Rude. So, the time has come. Bitch, I can't wait.
Here we go.
Boy!
So the movie happened.
So, the Steven Universe movie happened.
Mm-hmm.
And...
It wasn't what I expected to happen.
You know what? It was and it wasn't for me.
It wasn't what I expected to happen. I didn't expect another, the theories that were going around, there was a lot of ideas that I was into.
Some of them were accurate, though.
Which ones?
Like the speculation that Greg and Steven would fuse.
Oh, yeah, that was given. They teased that in the trailers.
I had a feeling that there was going to be something else that Pink Diamond wasn't shit for.
I thought that this chick was going to be Pink Diamond.
Or like a proto-Pink Diamond?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So, shall we just go through the movie chronologically, since I took a metric fuck ton of notes?
Sure, why not? There's a whole page and a half of notes in here, y'all.
So, I was gagging the whole time. But in the very beginning, because I'm sure some of y'all have watched, early Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry videos.
That was all Disney. That was all Disney reference. That was classic, 30s, 40s movie openings.
In general, not just Disney then.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tom and Jerry, I distinctly remember a shit ton of Tom and Jerry openings that looked just like that, where it was just various landscape cuts of scenes.
Yeah, they do credits first, and they do over landscape. Yeah. There was a lot of that.
Yeah, with the diamonds just being,
Broadway goddesses, Christine and Patty and Lisa.
Who is an honorary Broadway goddess.
Yeah, who just, again, I said this off air, but it's just Patty and Christine were just Lisa, darling.
Let's have tea.
Have you heard of Juilliard? But they all sounded amazing. Mm-hmm. Both of their songs sound good.
The opening, that one part where it right at the beginning, as Steven is making his big proclamation,
yeah,
and they cut to that one area, and you see a sort of vaguely
so they cut to spoilers again. We said this a while ago, but they cut to what we find out later is the garden, and you see Spinel watching the feed. So she watches the whole thing.
She didn't change. She was still in her.
She was still in her original form, which means that her transformation and her plot to kill Steven happened in 10 minutes. Good for her.
But can we talk about the diamonds with their "Come live with us in the palace. There's a room waiting for you."
Wow.
But like those harmonies, though,
Come on,
come through Broadway harmonies. Like, yes.
I knew Christine was gonna sing. They were not gonna hire Christine fucking Ebersole
And not have
her sing. Like, I knew she would. A complaint that I've heard a lot of people have lately about the diamonds is, oh my god, the diamonds are so different. Why are they acting like this? I'm like, okay, so at the end of Change Your Mind, Steven literally tells White, because she's also like, I'm not supposed to be like this, yada yada yada. But he goes, you know, if you let other people start being themselves, maybe you can be yourselves too. This is who the diamonds are. They just weren't allowed to be.
This is them figuring out themselves.
Yeah, this is who they are. This is who they always have been. It's just now they can be, yeah. And that includes White being a total grandmother, a whole grandmama, who wears Lucci to the fucking Lucci? Wow, who wears Gucci to the grocery store
with some big ass sunglasses.
Yeah, that's White.
Also, Steven just dipping the fuck out on the
diamonds. That was so funny.
Great, bye.
It's just like, oh, that's so good. This is White. Oh, we're doing everything you asked. Oh, that's good. Great, keep it up.
Bye.
Face cracked again. White's just suffering from the face crack. Like, all she wants to do is be beautiful, but every time Steven does something, she keeps getting her mascara knocked off.
And then it gets back, and Connie's gotten a little older too.
Yeah, Connie out here looking like, hello, bitch, you can't fuck with me.
Which, by the way, I made her in Soul Calibur.
I saw, yeah.
Well, I'm telling the folks at home.
That was peak nerditry.
The thing is,
was cute, though.
It looks just the hell like her.
It did.
With including the little bandage that she has on her face. And the funny thing is that her final move uses a lot of rose imagery.
Of course it does. Come on.
That wasn't planned.
So little Easter eggs that were in that room, and then the room following in those scenes when Connie and Steven are talking. The old sword is on the bookshelf on display now.
How many times have you watched this movie since we watched it together?
Like 4.
So Vesta's gonna be the details girl, just so y'all know.
The painting that Vidalia did in that one episode where Garnet was trying to figure out why her future vision wasn't working, and it was just like all angelic and shit, that's on the wall. The picture of Rose and Greg, or whatever her name is sitting on the nightstand.
Stop being shady.
Fuck Rose. And then what else was there? There was something else that I missed. I think that's it for that one. But yeah, they were really cute.
The little smooch,
as
Connie's leaving,
and Steven was just like, "Oh my god!"
And all of the we found like somebody tried to stream the video, and they gagged right after Connie kissed Steven on the cheek because Steven was turning bright red and Connie was red as she was running away.
Giant fucking smile on his face. It was so cute. I'm like, that's wholesome. You know, the song "Here We Are in the Future" has not grown on me yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a bad song at all. It's a really good song.
Yeah, but we love it.
But it hasn't grown on right.
We're the fucking, because everybody has their own little like Once Upon a Time, given like a little bit of background, and it's like Once Upon a Time I thought I'd always live in my mother's shadow, and as Steven sings that, silhouettes of pink and rose
I'm like,
pop
I
up.
love
Anime opening. Stop!
I love Kikyo and Kagome.
You don't have an anti-oop button.
I don't need that button. That's too much. But
just shablam noise at an opportune moment.
But yeah, that was I really like that song though. It was really cute. It actually kind of catches you up though on a lot of stuff, surprisingly.
Yeah, it does. Also, Zach sounds so much better with his more natural range.
He was already like starting to do that in Change Your Mind too, which I thought was interesting because he did that in Familiar. He was using his regular voice.
Yeah, well, like a notch higher than his regular voice.
That was dead on like the voice he uses now, which is interesting.
Hmm.
But I think it's because he couldn't sing in that fucking high register anymore.
I mean, the throat gets tired after a while.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna like. You're not that big of a fan of a song, but we need to not gloss over the fact that that fucking chest was open in Lion's Mane.
Yeah, the chest is open. And then there was something else missing. The flag is gone. Stephen hung the old rebellion flag in his room somewhere. It's later on in the show, but he hung it upside down in his room.
But why is that chest open?
Yeah, why was the chest open and what was in it? Season 6 is probably going to be in the 2-year gap, I feel like.
Possibly.
It would make sense, because I'm like, what are y'all going to do? Keep going? You know what I mean?
Also, we love that Steven has a neck now.
Yep. Nickelodeon.
And let's see, random throwbacks to the intro. Lars quietly pointing again to his Filipino background.
Yeah, that was cute.
Because he actually made the dessert and let people try it. Pearl was trying to learn to play the bass.
The bass. I'm like, come on, queen. I like how in the captions they spelled it BASSSS, and then like they were trying to get away with not putting ass, I think, on the closed captions, because we were watching on Hulu Live TV. Thank you for that week trial. And we in the captions it was like, I'm learning how to play the bass, BASSSS, and then they had
Don't
to
you
go,
mean bass?
right, and then she's like, it spells BASS, that spells bass. I'm like, haha, y'all tried, y'all couldn't get with putting ass on the screen. But yeah, that was I like that song. It's just it hasn't grown on me yet.
It's one of those ones you like.
I feel like it will though.
Yeah,
After a while.
just like with us and our respective the gift songs, where like the song had to grow on you and then you really liked it.
Yeah, what song was that for me? Is it Keys to the Kingdom?
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keys to the Kingdom still hasn't grown on me like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. What do we got?
So
how's the future look, Garnet?
oh yeah, because famous last words, because that whole song is just here we are in the future and it's bright.
Mm-hmm.
And then how does the future look, Garnet? And she looks all relaxed, adjusts her glasses,
It's
and
like, no. It's like,
and then in comes Spinel, unfurling her extractor.
Can we commend Avu and Shirashu for just consistently making the creepiest sounding ambience for these characters?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she came in, there was no talking. It was just the ambient noise of like the trees rustling and then Spinel's like music, which we heard all the way back when Change Your Mind first premiered in the trailer for the movie. They start playing the opening chords for Drift Away in the first trailer. I went back and watched it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to show me.
Yeah, I will. But they start playing Drift Away, and I think that's interesting. But the sound that they use for her, it almost just sounds like they sampled an old 40s cartoons like violin, is what it sounds like, and it's playing backwards. Like if you listen to it, like that's what it sounds like. Even Sriracha with this sound design, like I'm gagging over that, honestly. It's really cool. Anyway, yeah. And then this big ass fucking high bitch ass drill.
And then Spinel actually shows up. And Pearl, because Pearl always knows, Pearl's pearl is full of secrets.
Pearl always got her hand in some bullshit.
Pearl's pearl is full of secrets. That's why her pearl is so big.
Oh. I'm on forehead.
Rihanna could never.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. Like I said, Jennifer's making a comeback.
Spinel was cool. Like Sarah Styles, another Broadway. I wouldn't call her a legend yet, but she's pretty much up there. Mm-hmm. She just doesn't have as long of a repertoire as like Christine or Patty.
Can we talk about the fact that Spinel walks in and was like, hey, so electro swing?
Oh yeah. I'm like, come on, fucking Cuphead.
Which
she looks like Hildeberg from Cuphead. Hold on.
Hildeberg.
Y'all know who Hildeberg is if y'all played Cuphead, but Kay doesn't because I'm dating people and having.
I don't have an Xbox.
Don't have
bitch.
culture.
I don't have an Xbox, bitch. Like, I can't play it on a system that I don't know. But yeah, she kind of does.
She looks like Hildeberg, who I adore. She's my favorite boss in the game. But she really does come in here like Hildeberg, like, hello?
Yeah, I could see it just with less of a nose.
Yeah. And
with all these, like, springy joints and extendo joints.
Yeah. His Hilda has all that. She has the stretching out arms and, like, the crazy shit. Yeah. That Other Friends is a bop.
It really is.
It's a whole bop.
I've been listening to
Again,
it.
Sarah is amazing. Sarah Styles. She ate that shit up.
The two songs that I like the most off of this
are Sarah and Spinel. Yeah.
Oh, two of the three songs that I like the most, because the other one is just Uzo just unfurling her voice.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that in a minute. But should we recap the whole movie or just kind of like breeze through and hit our favorite points? Because I feel like
breeze through, hit the favorite points.
Because I feel like we're gonna be here forever if we go through the whole movie.
So then, like, the Rejuvenator thing happens with the scythe that she stole, and she basically reverts the gems back to
day one.
Yeah, how they were born or created,
emerged.
Yeah, and Steven uses it and does it to Spinel after Spinel also does it to him. And the thing, like I was explaining earlier, that's dark as fuck. That Spinel let that, because she knew that was going to happen. She'd rather destroy the Earth and Steven with it and forget she ever did it than live with what she knows now. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah, but when you think about what happened to her,
like, I know, I'm not like, in her train of thought, it's justified, but it's just still like, once you watch the movie and realize what she did, you're like, wow. She really did was just like, I don't want to remember any of my life. I'm gonna just start the fuck over. Like, that's fucked. Anyway,
but that scythe basically reset all the gems, including Steven's, meaning that his powers were on the fritz.
Right. Couldn't bubble. Couldn't do shit. Fucking.
And then we start off with Pearl reemerging. How do you do, my Greg universe? Because when
I hate it, I hated that.
It just starts with like
she's in a shell. I really like that part.
Yeah, clamshell, because that's where you get pearls from.
But she, it's just like select
settings.
Yeah.
Or state your name and select your settings. State your name. Greg Universe.
Just that whole song was
funny and a little unnerving.
Yeah, because it's just like, this is how they were.
The animations even looked like it was from the earlier seasons of the show.
Yeah,
which that was a nice touch.
There's a lot of references to like the pilot and the first season.
Oh
like,
yeah, there were a bunch, especially towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So does that make the pilot canon?
No, absolutely not. No. There's references to it, but that doesn't make everything canon.
I don't know, with that mind that Rebecca has.
Listen, she wouldn't do all that work because it wouldn't make sense for the pilot to be canon. It wouldn't. Especially because the stuff that happens in the pilot happens again in the exact same monster and the exact same story happen again in the series. So it's not canon.
So just references.
Yeah, it's just references to it. Let me see. Everybody predicted Spinel correctly, but it was hard to not predict her because Cartoon Network's stupid and they leaked the name out ahead of time. What do you fucking do?
Yeah, but we even guessed it before the name was even leaked.
No. I guessed that because there was pictures coming out from like a deleted behind the scenes thing. And in the back wall you see her drawings and you just see Spinel in all caps. And everybody was like, oh, that's her name, it's Spinel. And we're like, oh.
Also, can we talk about, because we're just fast forwarding some more now after the gems have popped out?
Yeah.
Can we talk about Lapis doing a fucking anime laugh? with the hand.
Yeah.
And her looking up and slightly away.
I'm like, wow, we love a Tumblr queen.
Lapis.
Lapis I'm glad she doesn't have a big part in this movie, honestly. I'm kind of over her. I'm glad her arc is done.
Now we need to find out just how ancient Pink is.
What do you mean?
What else has she done?
Everything.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Every.
But the Who We Are / Here We Are in the Future mashup. Can we talk about like just Uzo just unfurling her vocal skills? Though?
Yeah, Uzo was like, "Oh, y'all thought I couldn't sing, huh? Hey."
Well, no, it wasn't even a thought that she couldn't sing. 'Cause she was...
Yeah, literally. Sound of everybody in New Homeworld's wigs falling off. That was a good song.
But she even like, because Bismuth, if you notice, has a little bit of a lisp, and she kept it while singing, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sapphire, yeah.
Sapphire's whole demeanor is just unbothered TM.
Why would you try me? Why would you bother?
I am the Sapphire Giselle knows Carter.
But yeah, she really was just like, yeah.
Because Ruby goes, I swear to protect you with my life, blah, blah, blah. And Sapphire
You
goes,
won't last today.
I know. You won't last today.
And it's just like...
Just saying it's so unbothered and
Right,
matter of
it's like,
fact.
oh, okay, well, whatever you say, Sapphire.
But then later on, she's just like, the Spinel will do the thing. And then what? Hijinks will ensue.
I like the twist on the falling in love story. Where instead of Ruby, it was Sapphire falling for. Yeah, I really like that. Because no matter what happens in the end, it doesn't really matter how it happens. I thought that was cool. Estelle, ma'am, is this love? Was a bop.
I thought you were going to comment on her being high as shit at the premiere.
She was high as shit that entire movie. What are you talking about? Yeah, but that was funny. She was high as hell. She had the sunglasses on at 8 o'clock at night. She was like, hey. She was high as hell. And Rebecca was like, hell yeah, girl, go off. The Heaven and Earth Beatles are cute.
Oh my goodness.
I've liked them since in Change Your Mind when you see them show up and they just one gives a kiss on the other's cheek. That was cute as fuck. Is this love is again a bop. That whole animation was like
an anime girl fusion.
That was like what the fuck? But that was really the animation that was really cool. Right.
Cardcaptor Sakura where?
Oh yeah. It's Spinel, you stay here while I No, I was like, oh.
As her, and if you notice when that happened, her eyelashes went from up to down.
Yep.
Similar to her less jolly version.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
So then they find Amethyst after trying to catch her with some donuts.
I liked her song a lot. I liked that song.
The be right by your side no matter what.
That was cute. A lot of people didn't pay attention to the fact that Amethyst is literally supposed to look like a chubby baby.
Oh, the Michelin arms and legs.
Like she's supposed to look like a tiny baby. Like it's supposed to be like defects or whatever the fuck, but definitely supposed to look like a pudgy baby. And I'm like, that's cute. I dig that.
Also, how is Steven tap dancing with sandals?
Yeah, that was lit. I'm like, come on, bitch. We love theater. But that's like in Singing in the Rain where like they were tap dancing, where Debbie Reynolds was tap dancing with some high heels on. I'm like, bitch.
Tap heels exist.
Yeah, I know, but there were no tap things on the bottom of her fucking shoes.
Oh.
I'm like, come on, overdubbing.
I was gonna say I can pull up a whole video of Maya.
True.
Tap dancing in heels.
True.
Because my love is like.
Anyway. I felt bad for Spinel in all these scenes.
In this whole movie.
Because she's unfucking invited. And she's doing nothing wrong.
And here's the thing. That's the thing that she's doing what she was made to do.
And everybody's shitting on her for it.
But because in a way it's like, it's great that you're happy and jolly and blah, 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 but now is not the time, bitch. The planet's about to burn.
Right. But she doesn't know what else to do. She doesn't have the experience. She's not socially broken in to accept the fact that shit ain't always happy. And I know people who get treated like Spinel. You know, who get like they don't know how to they want friends, and when they get them, they don't know how to like. It's not a bad thing. It's just the way they were raised and not knowing how to be fully. They don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like they get friends, and it's very like,
Uh,
how do I keep these friends? I don't want to lose them. I don't want to fuck up. Okay, I'm gonna be fine. You know what I mean?
And they're gonna
That's
be
how they get about
upset friends' asses.
Not really,
Like just
but like, okay, so yeah, but you really got to think about people's mindset with that, because I can equate a lot of that to like autism and like as kids with Asperger's and things, because people really do treat kids that are autistic and have Asperger's like that without acknowledging the fact that behaviorally and mentally and
where you're going with this, I was gonna say, because they're just a little.
I'm trying
their
to say it
mind
is
works
not problematic as possible.
Their minds work differently.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And people don't pay attention to that. They don't really care. If it doesn't work like the societal norms say they should, it's wrong. And that's how a lot of people treated Spinel. They don't get the fact that Spinel was made for Pink Diamond just to keep Pink Diamond happy. And that's all she knows.
Is how to try to keep people happy.
Right. So on the outside, they may look like, you're really fucking annoying. Can you get away from me? But you really got to think about it from multiple perspectives and think, this is all you know. I appreciate the effort, but here's why this isn't going to work. You know, that's the whole thing with Spinel that really started to kind of bother me in that movie, because it's realistic. Yeah.
We can fast forward a couple of points though. Steven at one point tries to rip the injector out of the planet.
Steven really was just like, hello.
Almost falls in, and they of course do a direct Steamboat Willie reference.
That wasn't really Steamboat Willie.
She was doing the exact same foot
Oh,
motion
sure, when she was doing it
when
and
she was
then reeling him in. Yeah.
It looked just like.
And she was whistling, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mad Steamboat Willie. That was cute though. I liked her. She's like, hello.
No, what was the other thing? What was that? Because I wrote down. Oh, right. Because I wrote that's some intense Cartoon Network shade.
I don't care what anybody else has to say. Yes, that song is about underpaid workers in the workforce. Absolutely.
I want to be disobedient.
Yeah.
That song was so punk though.
Yeah. Like that was all about people having to suffer and like give up their summers just to barely make it. That's all that. But when you pay attention to what Cartoon Network has put Rebecca in this show through, that was a big ass middle finger to Cartoon Network. Like that was a big ass middle finger. Like, bitch, fuck you. Fucking with my fucking show. I live. Literally. That was my wig flying through the sky in the background. Okay, here we go. All right. Steg.
Which also.
My wig.
Okay, you know.
we love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That was just.
So hang on, because at this point during the movie, they were trying to get Pearl to get back to her correct
Yeah, okay,
self.
so that got dark for a minute.
That did get dark for a minute because she was so attached to Greg.
Yeah, that was dark.
Which makes me wonder was she that attached to Rose?
Yeah, she was. The only difference between Pearl and Rose, though, was that Spinel was not able to be programmed to do anything else other than make people happy until she had no choice. Which is why when she kept going against the grain of you're supposed to be making people happy, she kept falling back to why do I want to hurt you? I'm supposed to be your friend, because she knew that. With Pearl being probably made by all the diamonds, fight me if you say otherwise, she had the capacity to be told to do something different. And she knew that because as long as you exist, I live to serve you. And they're like, okay, well, if she doesn't exist, which is why Rose and Pink, when that transformation happened, it worked so easy. Because Pearl had no one to follow anymore. Unless it was of her own free will. But yeah, that got really fucking dark when fucking Amethyst shapeshifted to Rose to sing and Pearl paid no attention. Like, that was dark.
But the fusion between Steven and Greg into Steg.
Yep.
One, we love JoJo's.
Oh, he came with that. That's a whole big universe out there. I'm like, I love hoedowns. Come on, Ted Leo. Ted Leo was the voice actor.
Yeah. The fact that Steg had 4 arms and an 8-pack, even though Steven and Greg are kind
I'm all chubby as hell. I'm like, what the fuck? Peak masculinity.
Mm-hmm. Like the big hair, the turbo mullet for some reason.
Yeah.
The washboard abs.
Yep. The ripped up shirt exposing everything. I'm like, come on now.
The hip thrust with each guitar strum.
Yeah, that was a lot. And then he threw the jacket, and Garnet was like, yeah, jacket. Mind you, Garnet in the background of this movie was hilarious.
Because
like, even though she didn't say anything, she was cute. She was still cotton candy Garnet, yeah. She was fucking hilarious in the background.
That's because she was also being Estelle, being high as fuck.
Really, yeah. It's like, you ain't got to say nothing. Let's just get high and wander on the studio. We'll use that for reference.
I get it. Never mind. Put my business out there. But that whole thing with, and then Stag singing with Opal.
Oh, Amy, man. Oh, she finally sang.
Well, because
for reals.
Because Pearl comes to herself mostly. Mm-hmm. Has her whole outfit back, and then fuses with Amethyst. Mm-hmm. And then they're just floating around and singing
together. She came out with that. I was like, ah!
And wasn't that the song that Chance the Rapper helped write?
No, I found out what song it was.
Oh, which one was it?
True Kind of Love.
Oh yeah.
He wrote and produced that. Well, not the whole thing, but okay. That was where he could. I was trying to figure out where the fuck he was, because it was like featuring Chance the Rapper. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. And he never showed up in the movie. I'm like, oh, all right, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, Steven. After that fusion,
he looked fucked up.
He looked a lot like
Flashbacks to Change Your Mind.
Yep. He looked like he got his gem removed.
Right. Which, I mean, he did. It didn't work and was practically useless at that point.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and the fact that oh yeah, because Pearl, there was, when she was working her way back to her form, there was a quick reference to Pilot Pearl.
Yeah. With
just like that little tuft of hair in the front.
Mm-hmm. I like that reference. That was a cool throwback.
It was only for a couple seconds, but still. And you said that Opal singing was giving you some Wicked vibes.
Mm-hmm. Did I say that?
Yeah. Because the way the way Independent works together, it sounds like a B-side version of Defying Gravity, of part of Defying Gravity.
Oh, true. Yeah. That's such a good song. And then Spinel. Oh.
She saw that the union between
the way
Steven.
she looked. Oh my god.
And then she ran off.
Right, but that's just Then it gets to the scene that really fucks this movie up. Not in a bad way, but it gets you really fucked up at this point.
Oh, I can't wait for a certain someone to get to this movie.
Right, because you get to the garden, you find out what the garden is, because Spinel is about to take Steven because he's trying to get Spinel back so that she can turn the injector off. And you find out that, again, Spinel and Pink were always playing together all the time while Pink was kind of growing up and doing her thing. And they had this garden made where they played together all the time. But Pink started to outgrow her and wanted a colony, like the spoiled little bratty bitch she was. And basically...
Blue and Yellow were finally like, fine.
Yeah, fine, here, bitch, fuck. And Spinel thought she was going with, but Pink literally made her stand still in that garden and say, wait till I come back, we're going to play a game. And left her there.
For millennia.
Till Pink didn't care what happened to her.
Because keep in mind, Pink was Pink for a while,
and
then Pink was Rose. They were talking about being like the Gym Rebellion for literal millennia.
Right. That was years.
And Spinel was just
standing there. So the entire arc in the whole series, now you have to know, while Pink and Rose are talking about things, Spinel is still standing there. Like, that's fucked. And she has no idea what's going on at all.
And this is the callback to the very beginning of the movie, Spinel just standing there, and part of the garden just grows over her feet as she continues to stand there.
And then she has to find out after waiting for thousands of years for Pink to show up. You turn around, the communicator turns on, and you just hear the Diamonds telling this whole story about how Pink rebelled and turned into Rose, and then she gave that up and became Steven, and now Steven is Pink or not Pink, and has all new friends and lives a life on Earth and is happy and da-da-da. And Spinel is just... Who? And Spinel's just like, oh, okay. And that's just like, you get to that, you're like, oh my God. Like
Rebecca successfully made me feel genuinely bad for who was supposed to be the villain.
Right. Also, Pink Diamond, ma'am, I will beat your fucking
You big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
How are you gonna fuck up so many people? Like, so many people.
Mm-hmm.
You done let gems die for you in your fake ass war. You done fucked with Greg. You done fucked with Pearl. All the crystal gems. You lied about Bismuth and kept her locked up. You left Spinel on a rock in the middle of space for thousands of years. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You really an ain't shit, no lace having ass bitch.
You big fat white
Like, I was so hot. I was mad as hell.
Oh, the fact that Steven shaded her a little
Oh,
bit,
that
too.
was funny. I'm like, thank you. Finally, he's like, I can't believe my mom would do that.
Well, actually,
I can actually totally believe she did that. That's like growth. But yeah, then explains the look with her eyes because it's supposed to look like mascara running
down because she's been just.
Which I figured that's what that was for a while when when the full design came out and she had the 3 marks. I'm like, that's supposed to be mascara crying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just love my note there. Just the all caps. No, the all caps. And I oop.
Yeah, literally.
So, I love the fact that this show continuously shows that communication can solve just about every problem you have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like that this movie touched on... I'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah, the Akira reference. Because at one point, Steven is leaving with Spinel to go to the garden, he tells Lion to go find Connie.
Mm-hmm. Comes back and is like, okay, everybody, if it's fine, Spinel's on our side, she's going to do her thing. And then after the gym's like, oh, okay, here comes Lion with Connie.
They come flying through the portal, and they slide away from the screen, just like that scene in Akira with,
and it's like,
with
come
Connie
on,
holding the sword.
I'm like, come on, Kaneda.
Kaneda.
And on that note,
shit.
And then they get Spinel up to the machine, it stops injecting, and then Steven fucks up a little bit.
Yeah, and Steven drops the resetter thinger.
Right.
What is it called? The rejuvenator?
Rejuvenator, and she's like, oh, so that's what you were gonna do. So you were gonna use me like she did, and then make me forget I was used on your terms. Got you. Well,
that
fuck
sounds like
you.
something what Pink would do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see. What was I gonna say? So this is what I was saying a second ago. I'm glad that this movie touched on the fact that problems aren't always solved by one conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because he solved one problem, but he still had another one to fix. And probably a little more because she's got a lot of trauma to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But it touched on the fact that a lot of these issues have been like one conversation and then it's over. This is the first time Steven's had to continuously, work on some shit in order for it to work out. So I like that.
Sounds a lot like how therapy works.
Right. It ain't gonna go away off of one conversation.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a magical breakthrough and be blubbering crying in your first session, sis.
Yeah.
It can take literal a year or more for that to even be close. But the fact that Steven goes, hollers, it's the truth, and breaks the rejuvenator to prove his point that he wasn't trying to do that, he just had it because she brought it.
Yeah.
Which ended up triggering Garnet's resurgence.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the truth.
Yeah, and she also injects like mild plot hole in this movie. They were making this big deal about how this poison inside the injector was gonna destroy the Earth, even though it literally injects all of its contents in the Earth and the Earth survives. Mild plot hole there. I don't know how that works, but it's fine. A little nitpicky about that part, but
maybe there was a final catalyst in the actual
right,
like a final ingredient in the injector.
Like I guess, but it's kind of a reach, you know. I don't know. It's a real weird plot hole for me that happens and then nothing comes of it because the entire Earth is flooded with biopoison at this point and nothing happens. But whatever. Oh,
what if that's something that comes back later?
That'd be interesting, actually. That would be cool. It's just like, hey,
where there was like a catalyst or something in that.
Like, hey, what happened to the? Hey, Cluster, you all right?
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't affect gems.
Right, and it's in a bubble, so it should be fine. But it's like, hey, Cluster, you all right? Imagine Cluster's just taking on a fucking nap, and it just wakes up surrounded by fucking
biopoison.
Yeah, just like pink hair grease. Like, it's like, oh, word.
The big fight between Garnet
that was
and
really
Spinel
good. Yeah,
during True Kind of Love.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be the final boss music, but that's fine, I guess.
It's not.
Well, it kind of is. Yeah, that was like the fight between
Garnet and Spinel.
Yeah,
but then Steven and Spinel fight.
Yeah, but that's not the fight. Like, that's the final boss music. It's like the final level music. Fine.
Okay, I'll give you
fine. But I'm like, I didn't expect that to be used for what it was in the.
Yeah, it was a nice juxtaposition between the like chill music and the tense moment because the gems are trying to get humans to evacuate from the vicinity.
Nice Alexandrite cameo because she was back in her nice new form. She looked pretty cool.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, she had like the jacket and all the other stuff was different and then the glasses also had garnet shape now.
I gotta see this again.
Yeah, she had a whole new form. It was cool. Greg's arm gets hit with the biopoison and it just turns like black. That scared the shit out of me. And I was like, Greg, we need more stag fusion. Oh yeah, Connie jumping in the air and slashing the car. That was lit. She really was just like, hiya, bitch. Let's see.
And fucking Spinel, after Steven finally climbs back up to the top of the injector and they're having like this final showdown, she just full-fledged just cold cocks him right in the face.
And I'm like, Spinel.
And he has like an actual nosebleed.
Right. I'm like, oh.
Uh-oh. His gem is basically off.
Right. It's just like, oh, at that point, you know, it's hit real anime. It's real anime, peak anime right now. If there's a nosebleed by a face injury.
Yeah.
We know. I've learned that from Dragon Ball Z. Once someone gets a nosebleed injury, it's going to get serious.
No. In Dragon Ball, it gets serious when they're all scuffed up.
Oh, true. That's fair, I guess. I'm sorry, not all of us have...
Tread carefully.
Anyway, yeah, it hit like real anime mode with the animation.
Oh, yeah, because he goes, he's like, I have the power to change. And it's basically magical girl transformation mode. He gets.
I was like mad. I'm like, come on, Rebecca, we know.
And the frame rate drops for some reason, but it kind of gives it.
That's real classic anime fight though, with the hair and stuff. Yeah.
And they get like this big fight going, which at one point takes to the sky. Because Steven can float kind of still.
Yeah.
And Spinel can just spring herself up because rubber hose legs.
That all happens, and then fights, and Spinel has another breakthrough moment, and all that good shit happens.
Sorry, I'm looking at the next couple of notes.
Yeah, I know. I looked too. The injector explodes. He saves himself and Spinel. Spinel's like, okay, well, I would love to start over, but I've already kind of fucked up with you. Amazing note. But sometimes you can't. You just gotta start over, and it can't be with the person you fucked up with.
There's gotta be some time to heal.
Yeah, I like that.
And she admitted that she was wrong.
Yes, exactly.
That's how you do an actual apology,
right? Like, I fucked up, and I can't. I gotta do something. That poor Van.
She has been through so much.
Like, she went through Lapis, she went through just everything, and it's still here.
The eyeball in the sky.
Yeah.
Being almost
It's like,
washed
but
out
I'm
to sea.
here, bitch. And now, after that happens, and Steven starts kissing the ground to life, which is...
I guess.
We love infections. What? That's like tetanus. He's kissing biopoison ass ground. Come on now.
I guess.
And then the diamonds show up. So Mello, who was here
A while
ago, she keeps referencing this one fucking line from when they show up, and it's just fucking because they go, you hear blue, Steven, and then the yellow, it's us. I'm like, Patty, can you go be an auntie somewhere else?
Between that line and fucking white
And then
diamond.
White's just like, it's the diamonds. Are we interrupting something? And then Steven's like, yeah. They come out anyway. I'm like, y'all are really just on auntie mode now, aren't you? Peak auntie mode. And that was fucking hilarious. Like, we cut... White really stole that scene. Like, she stole that whole scene. Because it was just like, they were really sitting there trying to explain that they're coming to move in, but Yellow gets distracted by the smell. And it's just like, you don't smell that? No. Oh, that's right. You live here.
Which was already, you know...
Right. And then Blue was like, anyway, we were trying to do... White, this is taking too long. He's like, we've come to Earth to live with you. Like, Christy, did y'all all just smoke with Estelle before y'all recorded this movie?
Can you imagine Patty LuPone behind a big-ass bong or
I'm
something?
pretty sure she did. Because she was... And then...
White Diamond had to drop that line.
This is... yeah, so fucking... She's like... Steven's like, my house can't fit all of us. It's fine. We'll make do with... Has your planet always been this... destroyed? She sits there and like waves her head. I'm like, what in the Gucci Louis Vuitton?
What in the lipstick in my Valentino bag?
Like, White, come on now.
What in the Gucci
You
Fendi?
have no reason to be this auntie. And
then they reprise.
oh no. One more line. Because Blue is like, now that we're judging. Oh no, of course not. Because judging anything by its appearance is wrong. Steven's like,
Peak Annie.
I'm like, y'all, they're trying.
They really are.
trying.
Because Steven even checked White Diamond in like the top of the...
Yeah.
I'm even being nice when I speak to lesser beings.
What
did
we
talk
talked
about?
Equal life forms. Like, good.
But that line,
The hands.
the has it always been so destroyed?
Destroyed. I also like the line where it's just like, he doesn't want to live with this. Oh, it's fine. We'll just go back to home. I'm like, White, ma'am.
That is... What sign is Christine Eversole?
Let's find out.
That sounds like...
I want to find out what birthstone the fucking diamond is.
Oh, shit. I used to know this.
Because that right there...
April.
Yeah, but what's April? Okay, cool.
April is Aries and Taurus.
So
Stop!
So, alright, so cool. Auntie. That's basically what that means. Good to know.
Stop! Bitch.
But then, yeah, they see Spinel, and I've talked to people about this scene with the whole Spinel going with the diamonds thing, and people having a problem with that. But it makes sense. But they basically take Spinel back with them. They reprise "Let Us Adore You,"
Come
which
live with us in the palace.
they went and just snatched wigs again.
There's a room waiting for you.
When Spinel starts saying the whole "today, right here, right now, I love again," I started crying.
Oh, you're such a fucking Pisces.
I was like, "Yes, you will, Spinel." that was a good scene. I didn't see that. You can fuck fuck off. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. So in the fucking notes for this, we have a lot. The very last one says Vesta cries as expected with the fucking Lenny face. Bitch, I can end this show right the fuck now. Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, it ends there. Big final show number, which, yeah, I did cry on the very last song at the end, because that got me. It really did. And then the movie ends. It was really good. Yeah, I cried a lot. I was crying until he was leaving the studio. And I was going to bed. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Fantastic movie. I cannot wait for another friend of mine to finish getting caught up.
Because we've recruited another.
Well, I mean, he's been on the show.
Yes.
Keith has been on the show twice now.
No, I mean, we recruited him as Steven Universe.
Oh.
Like, we've recruited another one.
Yeah, and he's all the way up to, like, episode 36.
Really? I thought it was like 20. Oh, my God. What have we done?
I can't wait to see his reaction to Lion 2 straight to video. Or is it Lion 3?
Lion 2.
But, like, because I know that caught me a little bit. And if it caught me a little bit, oh, my God. That's gonna be an interesting thing to happen.
He's gonna be crying to both of us a lot. He's gonna call us and be like,
I can already see it happening.
And we already know what to. And can you imagine when he gets to the big plot twist about Rose and Pink?
Oh
my God.
He's probably gonna be mad.
He's gonna be mad as fuck.
Or what about well, the whole loving me loving being you, all that. I know that.
Yeah, that whole video, when that first came out, I actually did cry when I watched that for the first time.
Not surprised.
Wow, bitch, fuck you. There are no pictures of her, and I'm kind of annoyed about it, but that's fine, I guess. I was trying to find Alexandra in the movie, but I just probably got to look up the fucking video, but I'll do that later. Anyway. Yeah. Also, we'll mention this lightly because it did kind of come out. Junji Ito's Uzumaki is becoming an anime, not a really bad early 2000s live action telling of the movie like the other one was. And okay.
I knew you were a fan of that, so I wanted to mention.
There are other stories that you could do other than fucking Uzumaki. Like, he's got tons that are cool. Like, he's got Tomie. That's a really good one.
I just realized. Something Naruto something.
What?
Naruto's last name.
Boruto?
Is Uzumaki.
Uzumaki?
I didn't even notice that.
His last name is Spiral?
Yeah, because he's got spirals on
the
side of his face.
Yeah, I don't watch garbage though, so. Anything else you want to talk about?
You know what? I think I'm gonna end on a good note.
Yeah.
Actually, or do we want to end on a good note, or do I want to read somebody? Because I did want to kind of read somebody after our latest TBK travels.
We are about an hour and 10 minutes in now. So, it's up to you.
Okay, you know what? Yes, I do have one more thing to talk about.
One more thing!
So, very quick and hearty shout out and fuck you to Dior. Because they had the nerve to drop a cologne or an eau de toilette or a perfume. I think it was a cologne or an eau de toilette called Sauvage. Sauvage is French for savage. And then they had the nerve to have a Native American dancer being featured behind it. And then, just to add more insult to injury, add Johnny Depp's colonizing ass as the face of the fragrance.
Oh, decisions.
These are all terrible decisions.
Or as Sunstone would say, oh no. You don't remember that from Change Your Mind?
When the fuck did Sunstone say, oh no, like that?
It was right as she was climbing the ship, or they were climbing the ship. And then White's hands come down and was about to smack her, and then Sunstone looks up and she goes, oh no. I want to make that a soundbite. Can I do that? Oh no.
No.
All right, fine. Anyway, yeah.
That was just a quick, like...
That's
Can we just, as a...
At this point, y'all know what y'all are doing with marketing and
shit. At this point, can we, like, hire people of color and not just the slightly tan white people onto your staffs, big companies?
Right.
So I'm sure, gaffes like this won't happen nearly as often if you get multiple different voices.
Uh-huh.
The other thing I want to breach is, Vesta found the picture of the current version of Alexandrite.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Lit. Okay, go on.
Okay. So, should I do the preface of what happened that brought this up?
Sure.
Okay. So, as we were traipsing around Ren Fair for closing weekend, my group, because Vesta and I kind of split up and did our own thing, my group ended up spotting a pair of drunk parents being loud and verbally abusive to their children. Yeah, no, this was not fun. We ultimately ended up getting security just to keep an eye on that group so that way it doesn't get physical, because it looked like the parents have done that before to the kids based on the way they were reacting.
Right.
And one of the people we were with in that group, because me and a friend of mine were both like, yeah, no, that's not cool, that wasn't funny, that's, you really shouldn't beat your kids, which is true, and it is scientifically backed. You can try to at me, and I will destroy you with both science and anecdotal evidence that no, you shouldn't fucking hit your kids.
Yep.
But one of the people in the group had the fucking nerve to not only say, why not, to that question, but then turn around and say, the more the better. I was too busy trying to track down security to keep an eye on that group to properly read that person.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is that I have literal diagnosed PTSD from that happening to me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever have children, I will never raise my hand to them unless it is to crush a mosquito drinking their blood. And I would apologize right behind it. But
yeah.
No, the mosquito's not taking my child's blood. But that's about the closest you will ever see me to actually striking a child.
Yeah.
Because, like, the people that do the whole, I was beat as a kid and I turned out fine.
You didn't.
Yeah, sure? You're justifying striking a child.
Right, you didn't. So.
That's literally, like, you can try to rationalize it and modify it and think about it differently, blah, 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 as much as you want. But the fact of the matter is that you are lending your approval to literally striking a child.
Mm-hmm.
So, in short, you're fucking garbage.
Right.
Each and every one of you that supports that and says that, oh, these kids these days, they don't have blah, 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 their friends, their parents are too busy trying to be their friends and blah, 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 and trying to beat them and blah, 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 blah. My thought is, you have exactly 1 point of accuracy in that parents are trying to be their kids' friends too often. That's one thing. But how do you go from trying to be friends to beating them and being like, this is a logical progression of things?
Right.
There's a middle ground that can easily be had of your children having respect for you as their parent and not needing to, actually fucking hit them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what does that even teach the kid? Does that not teach that, we're the people that are like, violence doesn't solve anything, but then turn around and say it's okay to hit kids?
Right.
Like, I just want you to, actually examine your fucking logic.
Yeah.
Because there is none, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. And you probably need some kind of therapy. And,
mad
I'm half
therapy.
saying that being silly and half saying that being serious. Like, if you really think it's okay to hit kids, you need help. End of story.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I don't talk to this person anymore.
Yeah. Same.
And I don't have an issue cutting them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you don't just get to decide whether you hurt somebody or not. That's another thing. And I don't like that because I've had a lot of people that have done that in the past outside of this situation where they think they can decide whether you've been hurt by their actions or not.
That's not how that works.
And that ain't how that works, girl. You fucked up, you fucked up. You either acknowledge it or, yeah, you don't.
But,
So,
like, the fact that a friend of mine and I called this person out should have been enough for them to, back off instead of doubling down.
but they didn't.
They doubled down and made it worse. And, oh, look, somebody who's not going to be in my apartment anymore.
Right, they pretty much lost out on a good chunk of the friend group.
Whoops.
Yeah.
They're lost, and it's a shame because they had nothing else to do.
Quite frankly, they had not much else to offer except something superficial, so I'm gonna just leave that at that. But anyway, bitches.
Well, no, there was also some material things that were parted with from time to time.
That you could get cheaper from somewhere else, probably.
Yeah, I can find other sources.
Yeah.
So.
Like how you moved the mic away and it still did that. You see that?
I am so sorry.
I love the
everyone.
microphone. No, it's fine. It's just like I like how you did it, and it was just like, no, bitch, we heard that.
I tried.
It's fine.
I am so sorry to everybody who I might have like temporarily deafened with me hacking up a lung because Jennifer decided to make a return.
So,
That's it.
yeah. So, bitches.
Do we want to do something a little different for the outro?
What?
And do the other song we were going to do as the outro music?
We could.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. But in that case, let me just...
Wow.
Bitch. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck strap throat, bitch.
Also, don't hit your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Talk. This is one of the big things at Steven Universe.
Mhm.
Actually talking to people.
Talk to people and figure out what the
Solves
problem
problems.
is.
And work towards finding a solution that benefits both people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I have done with my nephew since he was able to actually hold a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to have any issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what, I'm not going to go into specifics, but like talked him down from being freaked out about something because we had a conversation instead of yelling at him and telling him to calm down like it would have happened for me growing up.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, just talk to people. But, and I'll try to get through this without coughing. Let me just... Okay. That wraps up yet another episode of the Baldwin Kids. If you've got any questions, comments, great ideas, or just want to say hi, shoot us a like and a DM on our Facebook and Instagram pages. You can also get a hold of me on the Twitter and catch some hands on PSN. You can find me on both as the Iron Magnus. That's THEIRONMAGNUS.
I'm on Instagram as Vesta with two scores. Wow, 2 underscores or whatever.
Not yet 2 scores. Wait until you start composing more shit.
You know what? Bye. You can follow me on there. My album Love Notes is on all the good shit, including Beyonce's premium streaming service.
Title.
Because her staffing agent is no longer being mentioned on the show. And
Oh.
and
know what?
everywhere pretty much. Nope.
Nope. We already finished.
And I have a new thing coming out.
You got some stuff in the works.
I have an EP in the works that I will not tell anyone what the name is yet.
It is
Kay
called-
knows. You'll find out later. Yeah. And I'll let y'all know about all that shit in a little while.
As time goes on. But as always, we are independent black creatives, and we will see y'all next time. Drink some water, take your meds, and do better.